Welcome back to the Parmigiano Reggiano Academy, the online tasting course divided into 3 training sessions. After having discovered the sensory characteristics, we'll now talk about the uses of Parmigiano Reggiano in the kitchen. If you have not followed the first 2 courses, I'd recommend that you do so before starting the 3rd. We'll now see what's the best cheese age to use based on the recipe we're about to prepare, and what the possible uses of Parmigiano Reggiano in the kitchen are. Aging is important because it affects 2 characteristics: taste and consistency. Choosing an over 24-month-old Parmigiano Reggiano is essential when accompanying broth-based dishes, veloutes and cream soups, as it is extremely soluble and its aromas blend in perfectly with liquids. A less mature and soluble cheese would therefore add less flavor to our dish and leave a lumpy scum on the surface. Fresh pasta goes well together with thick sauces, such as cream-based sauces, ragu or meat-based sauces. The ideal cheese to grate on them is an older Parmigiano Reggiano that will let out intense aromas and flavors without causing lumps. Lighter oil or tomato-based sauces are more suitable for dried pasta. Therefore, in this case, a young 15 to 18 months Parmigiano Reggiano is preferable, as its sweetness perfectly matches the tomato. Filled pasta is made with a sheet of egg pasta and a filling. The first rule to make a perfect filling is to keep the flavor balance between condiment, broth, pasta and filling. Potato is essential in vegetable fillings as it gives it the right consistency. A 24-month Parmigiano Reggiano adds the ideal amount of flavor to balance the filling. With fish fillings, a white fish mousseline is used, and a 12 to 14-month-old Parmigiano Reggiano is recommended for sweetness and texture. With meat fillings, Parmigiano Reggiano has 2 functions. It enhances flavor and binds the mixture. A 24-month-old Parmigiano Reggiano is perfect and won't overpower with other flavors. An entirely cheese-based filling can be very tasty. An ideal Parmigiano Reggiano for this kind of filling is a 30-month-old one, in which taste and spices are clearly distinguishable. Having talked about pasta, now let's move on to meat dishes. For stuffings, we have the same idea as with filled pasta, and therefore use grated Parmigiano Reggiano. To stuff involtini and rolled meat, the cheese should be inserted in shavings. It's better to use a 12 to 14-month-old Parmigiano Reggiano with a buttery and milky flavor. Parmigiano Reggiano is used less frequently with fish dishes, with the exception of shellfish, as its flavor is well balanced with a Parmigiano Reggiano aged over 24 months. To dress salads, Parmigiano Reggiano should be added in shavings, cut just before serving. The ideal aging is 18 to 24 months for both vegetable and fruit salads. We'll now see the different ways in which we can use Parmigiano Reggiano in the kitchen. Parmigiano Reggiano should be grated just before serving to maintain its aroma and smell. As we've seen before, grated Parmigiano Reggiano is used in fillings and stuffings or sprinkled over pasta. Shavings of Parmigiano Reggiano are ideal to enrich both vegetable and fruit salads, as well as in meat involtine. By adding Parmigiano Reggiano to a liquid, which may be water or milk and cream, you get a tasty creamy sauce. It is important to add the Parmigiano Reggiano to the piping hot liquid, but off the heat. There are 3 different ways to prepare Parmigiano Reggiano crisps. It is best to use at least 24-month-old Parmigiano Reggiano. Heat a non-stick frying pan. Scatter an even layer of grated Parmigiano Reggiano. Remove from the hob and let the heat finish cooking the cheese. In the microwave, scatter the grated Parmigiano Reggiano on a silicone-based sheet and cook for a few seconds at 600 watts. For the oven, use baking paper and cook at 160 degrees. In all 3 cases, the crisps should be molded still warm. Parmigiano Reggiano rinds can enrich a minestrone or soup. scrape and clean them properly and let them cook in the liquid for an hour, then dice them up. They're also tasty when sautéed in a pan, after having boiled them in water or stock. One more idea: to make some delicious chips, dice them up and put them in the microwave to pop. Our exploration of food preparations using Parmigiano Reggiano would not be complete without a dessert. To make a good Parmigiano Reggiano based ice cream, it is best to use 20-month-old Parmigiano, as it has the ideal consistency for whipping and its aromas aren't too strong. To learn more about the ideal cheese age for the different food preparations and to discover other interesting facts regarding the use of Parmigiano Reggiano in the kitchen, please visit the Academy section on www.parmigianoreggiano.com. The third level of Parmigiano Reggiano Academy ends here. Now it's over to you. Practice in the kitchen with the different ages of Parmigiano Reggiano, and when you feel ready, put yourself to the test to achieve a level 3 refined palate.